Well, the big moment has finally arrived and we are seeing all the delegates of G20 being personally greeted by the Prime Minister. I'm just going to show you some of the pictures which you are seeing. This is actually the corridor, the red carpet welcome which is being given by the Prime Minister himself. And as these delegates, they start walking in through this corridor, is also a corridor of culture. Because what you're seeing over here is artifact from India, the way India showcases its heritage, its culture. But look at the point in which the Prime Minister, the backdrop in which the Prime Minister is greeting all the delegates. That's the famous Konark temple replica right over here, and there's a reason why it has been specifically chosen as a backdrop. It's got those 24 spokes. It also talks about Kal Chakra, which means the eternity, which means the cycle, the constant cycle of continuity and change. It epitomizes what our flag also has, that is the 24 spokes is kind of reflected in the India's national flag as well. But more than that, it symbolizes our heritage, our architectural marvel, and also democracy. The continuity and change is what we keep talking about, and that's the reason why this backdrop has been specifically chosen. As the delegates walk through this entire corridor, you can see, for example, the Nataraj. That's also what the Mandapam is. That's a huge statue right in front of the Mandapam. That's also been carefully chosen. So we are seeing those pictures of one delegate after another. India is known for its hospitality, and that's the reason why the Prime Minister is giving up personally a red carpet welcome to each and every delegate. He's greeting them very warmly with a namaste, and there's a reason. We want to show our heritage, we want to show our culture, that we are not ashamed of it, we are not apologetic about it. We are proudly Bharat, and that's the reason why the Prime Minister wants to meet each one of them individually. And as I've explained, the Konark temple being used as the backdrop. In fact, in the entire duration of the G20 Summit, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, every slice of India's culture and heritage is actually going to be showcased. Behind that, not just a cultural messaging, but a political, diplomatic messaging as well. These are tough times, as we have been talking about. There's a need for change, there's a need for continuity as well. And according to the, you can see, for example, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau also walking in and, of course, being greeted warmly by the Prime Minister in a short while from now. So there is not an easy time to hold the backdrop of the G20 Summit. There are strained economic equations, Russian-Ukraine war, there are natural disasters which are also taking place, and many countries, even the developed countries, are actually facing a certain amount of economic crisis. Recession has hit one of them. But in this backdrop, the messaging which India wants to portray across is that there's a timelessness to us. Democracy is important, democratic principles are important, and India is a mother of democracy. In fact, that's also one of the main points of the showcasing that we are doing to all our delegates. The corridor of culture, the mother of democracy, that India has been resilient no matter whatever the pulls and pressures have been, and hence that backdrop which we see both outside the Mandapam in the form of a Nataraj, inside where the Prime Minister is also meeting them.